In an effort to destroy the possibility of employment protections for the transgender community, the Trump administration has filed a brief with the Supreme Court in a case involving a transgender woman. And it has to do with sex stereotyping within the workplace. Now, let me give you the details of the case that's going to the Supreme Court. It has to do with the Harris Funeral Homes, that's the company, and a woman by the name of Amy Stevens had been working for them, and then eventually she had transitioned from male to female and was honest with her employer about it because she wanted to, live her authentic self. And at that point, she gets fired. And this case goes through the courts. Now, she should be protected under Article 7 of the Civil Rights Act, but the Trump administration is arguing, no, we don't want that. Trump's lawyers are arguing that the section of the Civil Rights Act that prohibits employers from discriminating because of sex does not prohibit employers from discriminating on the basis of stereotypes related to sex. So that's what their briefing indicates. And I just want to note, first of all, we should all care about protections for everyone. But if you happen to be someone who's not concerned about protections for the transgender community, understand that the verbiage here and the way that this filing was written doesn't provide protections for anyone. So for instance, if your employer believes in all these gender stereotypes and you happen to be a woman who likes to dress more masculine, your employer can just fire you for that if they don't like it because you're not going along with the stereotypes that they like. So,
and of course, there was a time when wearing a pantsuit was considered masculine.
Right.
Right. So all I could think about when I saw this story was me getting kicked out of the 9th grade because my hair touched my ears and my collar. And then I let it get a little longer and walking down the street and people say, are you a boy or a girl? All those things and getting beaten up and chased. Plus I also had an earring, but
you hippie.
I was a musician, So, and as a therapist said to me at one point, well, you were gender nonconforming, right? And that could become illegal again, right? It could become legal not to hire a man who had his hair too long or a woman who wore slacks.
Right.
It's just back to the future.
Yeah, look, on this issue, I've said, look, unfortunately, I actually don't think that this legislation covers lesbian and gay Americans, but it definitely covers trans Americans because it's about sex.
Yes.
So there's no dispute about the actual text here, and conservatives claim, therefore, the plain reading of the statutes, and the plain reading indicates you should definitely. It definitely covers transgender people because it's clearly about sex. But of course, when you want to discriminate and you're the Trump administration, all of a sudden you don't care about the plain reading. On the go? Don't worry, we got you covered. You can still listen to TYT at our new podcast network. Find us on Apple Podcasts, the Google Play Store, or at tyt.com/podcast.